Sushi underpins Japanese culture in a significant way that has also managed to have a global reach, especially to Western countries. This presentation will explore how sushi has influenced Japanese cultural food norms and shaped food systems on regional, national, and global levels. In my experience of Japan traveling there in 2015 and 2018, I learnt many things about the Japanese culture. The most significant thing that stood out to me were the values of respect, patience, hard work, and perfection. Sushi is not just a meal, but a reflection of these cultural values within Japan. The origins of sushi date back in the 2nd century China, where the fermentation of rice was used to preserve fish for longer periods of time. This method of preservation made its way to Japan, and eventually the rice was eaten as well as the fish. After many years, it grew its popularity. Creative innovations had changed the way it was eaten and the way it was served. The making of sushi is often considered an art form, and is always handmade with no tools. It requires constant improvement, patience, and delicacy, which reflect the values of the Japanese culture. This is represented in the documentary Jiro Dreams of Sushi. I believe this quote by Jiro sums up the cultural values that are instilled within sushi and Japan. Even at my age, after decades of work, I don't think I have achieved perfection. But I feel ecstatic all day. I love making sushi. That's the spirit of the shokunin. Shokunin in its English translation means craftsmanship or artist, which emphasizes my point on sushi being an art form. It is not just a popular meal made for biological need of sustenance, but a food that is deeply embedded in Japan that reflects the sociological theories of culture and history in a significant way. Sushi has also had an immense structural influence on Japan. Japan has the largest fish market in the world, known as the Tsukiji market. Approximately $5.6 billion worth of seafood is accumulated annually by this market. Thus, fish markets are a staple to the Japanese regional and national food systems. However, due to the large fish markets in Japan, as well as the globalization of sushi, there is an increasing issue of overfishing, which causes concern for environmental and planetary health. For example, the bluefin tuna, which is often used for sushi and sashimi, is being depleted in Japanese waters. There has been an international response regarding this, to protect this species from being exploited. International agreements have made it a priority to put in place catch limits. According to academic Mihoku Wakamatsu, in the book Marine Policy, it is clear that the Japanese government have been prioritizing the short-term interest of domestic fishing industry, and that efforts to conserve these valuable stocks have been limited. This causes major concern for marine ecosystems and food scarcity for the future, and has significantly shaped the food systems of fisheries on a global and national level. Globalization and the introduction of sushi to the globe has significantly shaped the global food systems and culture. This is specifically prominent in the USA, as they have assimilated sushi into their own food culture, creating the California roll and introducing more sweet and less traditional ingredients. In the US alone, sushi restaurants make an estimated revenue of $22 billion each year, making it one of the most popular foods. In regards to food security for sushi, there has been a growing concern for popular sushi train restaurants using conveyor belts, as it has the potential to spread COVID-19. Sushi is often prepared by hand by the chef, so due to rapid modern changes of today during this pandemic, there is a possibility that this may cause a shift in the way sushi is prepared and the way people decide to eat sushi. Therefore, changing the cultural food norms in Japan to mitigate the negative impact on human health. In conclusion, sushi has had a very significant impact on the food culture and food systems of Japan and the world. Through the principles of shokunin, which instills the values of Japan, the fish markets and fisheries, and finally with the rapid globalization which helps shape the food systems that surround sushi on a regional and global level. Thank you.